103.3 KZOZ-FM San Luis Obispo. The home of Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
They have no chemistry at all.
Jeff and Jeremy here. We just realized we forgot to do something.
Yesterday, because we were arguing about dog.
Yesterday. And so it's Friday. Hey, you know what? If we do it within the same 5 days, within the same, like Monday through Friday, I feel like we're good to go.
So I got a hold of Doug on, I guess it would be Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You got to call him, dude.
I was in the middle of doing that.
No, you weren't. The line wasn't lit up. You were just pushing buttons.
Oh. And so anyways,
Just
I
trying to
said, hey, we'll call you on Thursday after 8, and we never did that.
Oh, okay. And what it was about was Doug, our buddy from the JD Project and Fantasy Football League, who's not very good.
He's actually pretty good considering the injuries that he endured. He was a DAC guy.
He was on Jeopardy. He's known as Alex. They tweet, or they did. And now Dr. Oz is filling in this week. I think it was just this week, and he's done now. And Doug never answers our calls. So I don't feel so bad that we forgot.
I said, hey, I'll call you at 8:10 or after 8. And
what's he do?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Work.
You sure that was the right number? You didn't even wait.
I'm positive.
You said he's an engineer, or what did you call him?
He's an engineer.
What is he engineer?
I don't know. I don't ask those kind of questions. When somebody says I'm an engineer, I leave it at that.
I've been called an engineer before. So that's why I want to know. A sound engineer. He said,
I said, hey, will you be around? So this is going back to Wednesday now. Will you be around tomorrow after 8? Or I guess this was.
Call him from your cell phone and see if he'll answer that, because he probably doesn't recognize the KZOZ studio.
It's not
line.
like we're on super close terms.
Well, that's okay.
Fantasy football.
You can put it on speaker if you want, if that helps. I mean, I'm not trying to.
I don't think he's going to answer.
Be aggressive or anything.
Maybe sleeping, maybe working. That's where we are at in society. But it's going to go away soon. More people get those vaccines. Double down on that vitamin D.
Let's see. While you do that, I was curious if there was any text that I could read. Oh boy, my grandpa got the shot. All right, he's doing good. Let's see here.
There's a guy I was talking to the other day.
That didn't work either, huh?
No, he didn't. He's not.
That you might get a little...
There was a guy I was talking to the other day, and he got COVID, and his whole family got COVID because they had a picnic, and they all got together.
It happens all the time that way.
In the family got it, and he was a younger guy, but then there was a grandfather that was there that got it as well. He started getting congested after like the second day of symptoms. So they ran him to the hospital, and they put him on that same treatment that Donald Trump got after he got it.
Oh, I forgot what that stuff's called. It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to boost your antibodies or something.
So his 85, it started turning into bronchitis, which is problematic if you get the COVID.
Now your lungs are getting jacked.
Yeah, so they gave him that treatment, and within 24 hours he was in better shape than the guy that I was talking to was in, because they were able to reverse everything with that treatment. I mean, that's a good sign, right?
See, this is what we need to have. I heard some crazy stuff about this drug and how it used to be very available until this coronavirus COVID-19 hit, and then they took it off the shelves. But this was like a Glenn Beck. You know who Glenn Beck is, right? There's some doctor he was interviewing.
It wasn't the hydrochloroquine. It wasn't that stuff. It was the.
Oh, that's the stuff I thought you were talking about.
No. Trump said he was taking that.
But that's what they said did the best.
He got some kind of treatment.
Oh, is it the dexamethasone?
Yes. That.
Methasone?
That is what this guy got.
Reading's fun. Dexamethasone.
Yeah.
Methasone.
So he got that, and within 24 hours was like in better shape than his grandson who's in his 40s.
Can I ask for that? Hey, I got COVID. Can I get some dexamethasone?
Yeah, is that part of the free stuff?
Can I get that prescribed to me? Can I just hit up my doctor? Hey, doc.
Probably not.
Hey, do you have one of these, speaking of doctors, do you have one of these portals? I just got a new doctor, and I get to log into a website, and I can ask for refills on medication. I can chat them up. Do you have that plan going for you?
I have access to it. I just don't use it.
It's so great. If you ever need anything filled, you just go hit the button. And they're like, sent it in today. You can
I'm
go-
old school. I want to have that phone
Do
conversation.
you get the text from your pharmacy that says your prescription's ready?
I do have that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, except for I ignore them.
And then what happens? They say you only have 2 weeks to pick it up. What happens after 2 weeks? Do they give it to somebody else?
I know what happens after 2 weeks.
What happens?
They take it off the shelf and they do give it to somebody else.
Oh, okay.
And if they run out of whatever you have to wait like a few days.
Oh, see, I'm so scared. They used to call me and leave a voicemail, but now the text is so much better. But that's only because I use Rite Aid. I don't know if all the other ones do it, but I'm sure they do. All right, well, we really wanted to talk to Doug from the JD Project to see if he was one of the 300 people that signed a petition to get Dr. Oz removed from Jeopardy.
500
sorry.
contestants.
But the thing is, he was on this week, so it's already too late. So it didn't work.
Well, I mean, they want him removed before his end date, which is next Friday.
Oh, so he's doing next week, too?
Yeah, this next week. So they want a new guest host just for next week. That's part of their plan.
There's a lot of people here on the Central Coast that have been on Wheel of Fortune. I wonder if there's more than Doug that's been on Jeopardy. Maybe.
No, I think more.
They could call in.
More Wheel of Fortune people than Jeopardy people.
Well, that's walking the park.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Win more money though.
Well, and talking to Doug, and maybe he can confirm this if we can ever get a hold of him.
Yeah,
but he said you have to sign some deal with Jeopardy that you can't be on another game show for a very, very,
a non-compete clause type deal.
Yeah, for a very long time. So it turns a lot of people away from Jeopardy because they're like, well, I want to make money in game shows.
Yeah, no kidding. That's my retirement plan. I'm just going to go on game shows.
Golden Road, here I come.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
So we heard yesterday that they found the woman's remains up there near Big Sur. They had to stop working. Did you catch all this? I don't know if you've been watching the news. But I just
saw the snippet of it. Yeah.
Okay, so they're working on Highway 1. They had to stop because they found a body. Now the original reports to me made it sound like she'd been up there for a very long time. It was a woman, but it was only maybe a week or so that she'd been up there.
Oh yeah, the initial reports were like they made it sound like it could have been like 30 years.
Yeah. So they've got a
wait. If it's a week or so, how could that be if they've been working on the site since the storm, which was in late January?
I don't know. She drove up there. I guess she was walking around up there. They found a car, and then they didn't find her, and then they found her.
Okay, see, I didn't hear any of that.
So that's one of the stories I heard. And you know what? Feel free to chime in at any point because Jeff and I are not big news junkies anymore. After this past year, I just kind of go off what I get notifications on my phone for. I don't actually tune in. 805-543-3693. Those are the 805 Beer Lines. You can call or text anytime. Check this story out. This woman was missing for several weeks, and they found her. Now, this is coming out of Florida, and she's naked in a storm drain. That sounds like a band, doesn't it? An alternative band, Naked in a Storm Drain.
New band name, I call it.
Yeah, Naked in a Storm Drain. Her name's Danny. I'm sorry. No, this is Danny. She's with the fire department. They heard the crying. I'll let her explain it a little bit. Naked in a storm drain for 2 weeks.
A passerby heard something coming from the storm drain. She heard a woman yelling. They did, in fact, to their surprise, find a woman stuck in that storm drain.
So weird.
She was unable to stand up. She didn't have any clothes on. She was very dirty. She had some superficial wounds. Her knees were all scraped up.
Is that your horn again in the background from your van? So anyways, she'd been missing for 2 weeks and they found her naked why are you naked? Number one, I'm guessing there had to be some drugs involved, right? Like, why would you get naked unless you're really hot?
And be in a
storm drain. Now you could be stuck in a storm drain and you can't get out because how do you fall down there? I don't know. But and here's the thing, because it happened in Florida, we're probably not going to find out exactly what happened to this woman. But I am more curious about this woman being naked in a storm drain for 2 weeks than I am about this woman that they found who was supposed to be older, 50, 60, or 60 years old, up at Big Sur, or Highway 1, not Big Sur.
That's insensitive. Family could be living around here or something, man. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm just more interested in the story about the naked woman.
No, I understand, because it sounds like, okay.
I watch a lot of Dateline.
They've got to figure out this situation with the construction site gal. And if there is a car nearby and a missing woman, then, you could connect the dots on that one. This one might be storm drain gal naked in Florida might be harder to connect the dots.
Since we're talking about these, mysterious crimes, and I'm going to bring up Kristen Smart for a minute, because it was just a couple weeks ago that this was what everybody was talking about. It was all over the news. And the sheriff's office hasn't said anything. And is that bugging you at all? I'm like, all right,
no,
tell us
because I don't
just
think
tell me something.
They can't,
tell me something.
You have to.
Come on, tell me something. Just something. Okay, we do know that they made Paul Flores like the main suspect. I don't know if I'm using the right term, but he is now the person of interest, or he is a suspect, an official suspect. And they searched the house of the ground of his dad, and they've already done it at his mother's house in Arroyo Grande. And there's so many weird things.
Was
to the
there
story.
a part of you that thought that could have been possibly Kristen Smart when the story first came out?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Especially when they said the body had been there for a while. I was like, oh, my eyes got really wide.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's probably, now that I think about it, doesn't make any sense. Because, I mean,
why?
Well, because, I mean,
no,
they knew it was a woman
can't.
right away, and I don't think you can tell that from skeletal remains. And I don't know, but who knows? I don't know.
Absolutely can tell that from skeletal remains.
You can?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. I've got to be able to.
So, anyways.
I
just wish the sheriff's office could say something. Come on, Ian, get up there in front of the cameras.
Well, no, you have to let them present their case, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to build a case against somebody who they think is the prime suspect.
No, I get all that.
So if you start leaking information,
you could say
then the defense team or the possible defense team can get that information.
I need to consult. See, they teach us something in broadcasting called the T's. Right, perfecting the T's is never an easy task. It takes time. It takes years, and I've done this for a while now, so I think I'm pretty good at it.
He doesn't care.
Right.
He's not in the entertainment business.
So
he's in the
this
law
is how you
enforcement
reveal
business.
some information without saying anything, and that is, we found some evidence. We haven't found any evidence yet. Come on, just give me something.
Since you're about perfecting the T's, I've just got notification that we're going to be able to complete something that we've been trying to complete for the last 2 days, but we only have now a 7-minute window to do it in.
We'll do that next. Jeff and Jeremy here. All right, we finally got Doug from the, I'm going to call him
2-day Doug.
I'm going to call him John the whole time, from the JD Project on.
Why?
Hey, John. John.
This is Doug.
This is Doug.
Oh, it's Doug. Oh, sorry. John always calls us back. So
Jeremy's mad that you're not taking our calls the last couple of days.
Yeah, whatever. Is this Jeff?
I get that all the time.
Gosh, yeah. I get Greg all the time. I don't even really know many Greg.
You
look like a Greg.
You do look like a Greg, though. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look more
I
like
get
a Greg.
I get Greg and Dave.
What's up, Dave?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the reason why
Dave.
we're calling you is because we saw this press clipping that said that that they're trying to remove Dr. Oz from Jeopardy as a host because he makes questionable medical decisions, and there's a fan base that is critical of Dr. Oz, kind of cancel culture type stuff. But then we read a little deeper into the press release, and it said that 500 former contestants also had signed a petition to get him removed. Did anybody reach out to you for this?
Yeah, so I'm in this is Nerd Central. I am in a Facebook group that is for exclusively a private Facebook group for former Jeopardy contestants.
Dear Lord.
And so,
You
yeah,
gotta
I know,
be
right?
kidding me. You
So wait,
gotta
no.
be kidding me.
NERD.
Hold on, are you ever like trading messages with Ken Jennings or anything like that? I mean,
I think he's posted on there a couple times, but some of the other like big time champs, they post on there.
Name one big time champ that posts on there.
What's the guy's name? Buzzy Cohen or whatever. Buzzy?
Who's somebody that Jeff and I have never heard of?
wait, no, I think I might have. Is that the guy?
Did I get it right, Alex? I mean, Doug.
Who are three people that have never been in my kitchen? Right.
Is that the guy from Vegas that's like the odds maker?
No.
Oh no, that he has posted on there too.
Okay.
He's actually the all time, or what did he lose, like on purpose or something, but threw it right.
He's the
before
only
his
one.
feet.
Yeah.
He's the only one that had balls to do the What do they call it when you go all in?
Oh,
The-
true daily
The
double.
true daily double.
Yeah. That's what I'll make it a true daily double, Alex. Nobody ever does
Right.
that, and it drives me nuts.
He does it because you
Right.
got to take advantage of that situation if you have it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
Well,
how
no, yeah, it's like a free throw. Nobody else is ringing in.
right.
especially if the category is somewhat easy and it's a lower dollar amount, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, and usually the daily doubles aren't on there, but but sometimes they are.
yeah.
But he was James Holzhauer. I just remembered his
That's
name.
right.
He was probably the biggest risk taker. He just dominated. He was really good at the buzzer. So was Ken Jennings. Really good at the buzzer, and then it's like Larry when you do Name That Tune
Yes.
with Coach Lee.
Mhm.
He just rings in whether he knows it or not, and then thinks about it.
And then-
Right? Isn't that what he told you his technique was?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
figures it out in the few split seconds that
all
he
about-
has before he has to answer.
It's all about confidence.
Oh yeah.
But he
Well,
knows
it's all about getting in first, and so
probabilities, and he knows that he can get 80% of the music that we throw at him. So he'll take his chances with the 20% that he's going to miss on.
exactly.
It's a very interesting dynamic. Probably something that a lot of people don't think about when watching Jeopardy. But did you see anything on that Facebook page that you're a part
yeah.
of?
Oh yeah, they were like, hey, we're putting together this thing. I don't post anything. I don't respond to anything. But yeah, they definitely advertised it on there, and some people are all fired up and whatever.
So you have no ill will towards Dr. Oz?
I'm not a fan of his. I've never met him, but some of the stuff he has said, I find to be laughable. But it's like if they had Dr. Phil as a host, or Dr. Drew, any quote unquote doctor, but that is like a media personality. It's like, I don't know, just because they're a doctor doesn't mean they'd be a good host necessarily.
Well,
But-
yeah, right. I mean, there is some talent to being a broadcaster. Let me tell you firsthand knowledge about that. Okay?
Right.
Let me tell you about that.
You got it, Jeff.
I hate this John guy. All right. So, but, Jeff likes you, so that's fine.
Okay. Right on.
What about Dr. Jill? Just out of curiosity,
Who the hell is that?
Would you be okay with Dr.
Dr. Jill Biden.
Yeah, Dr. Jill Biden.
Dr. Jill.
Would you be okay with that?
You bet.
With that host?
I have no idea. I have no idea. No comment.
What would be more entertaining, Sleepy Joe or Donald Trump? Donald Trump screwing up the words or Sleepy Joe just, I don't know, stuttering. I don't know. That was like...
Yeah. It was interesting when being on the show. I mean, Alex was with it, but he was 80 years old or thereabouts when I was on there. So he definitely exhibited signs of 80ness.
Yeah, sure. They don't put that on TV, do they?
As I do, and I'm not 80.
Yeah, but they don't put that on TV.
Oh no, there were some redos. Yeah, that's for sure.
Producers, we don't have those. That's why this is raw. That's why it's that bad.
Oh man, how can I get into this Facebook page?
All right.
Can you invite me or something? And can you vouch for me?
No, I would be banned.
NERD.
Right.
So-
Yeah, it's like I got a request to join it like the day before my show aired, and I'm
Wow.
like, "What is this?"
Look at Jeopardy
And then
contestants always on top of it, right? It wasn't like you thought like 4 months after or something like that.
Oh, no.
You were like they pursued you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they'll say like, "Oh, beware of such and such a person is trying to contact all former Jeopardy people." There's like, your typical. I don't know how to say it other than star effers, I guess. But there's people that are like actual Jeopardy fans, I guess, that are trying to be friends with Jeopardy contestants. I mean, clearly not me because I was a one and done. But
I mean, well, why do you think we call you all the time? It's not because it's not because you're a good keyboardist.
Because we can get you on the phone sometimes. So
yeah.
You're like the most famous person we know besides Matt Cross.
Right. Well, I mean, but that's like a big drop-off.
It's a toss-up at times. It just depends.
So,
Yeah.
When we catch you.
Do you?
He could definitely outbench me, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you also are like
That's a costume. He's not really
regular-
that big. It's a bodysuit he wears.
You're
Yeah.
you're a regular
Probably.
booking at concerts in the Plaza. He is not. So it's some go back and forth there.
Yeah, and
Right, there you go.
he's cousins with the guy that's the editor of the New Times. So don't let that.
Oh, that explains a lot.
So, last thing, is there anybody you think should be the next host of Jeopardy? Or do you care?
I not particularly, but let me think. I think LeVar Burton would be really good.
Yeah.
Oh, the Reading Rainbow guy.
Yeah, he would be good.
Yeah, and that's what the people on the boards are saying.
Okay.
They're
On the
big,
boards.
They're big. Yeah, they're on the nerd board.
NERD.
Well, this is
they're-
fascinating
they're
insight.
They're big fans of his.
I'm fascinated, let me tell you.
Oh, I am because I think those people actually hold some weight. You know, I bet you
Right.
that's taken into consideration when making that decision.
Okay.
I think Will Ferrell would be great. But
I'd always just
as
see him
Will Ferrell.
doing the Alex Trebek. I couldn't get past it. I don't think.
Well, you know, the thing with
Right.
all he has to do is make a face. So it's like he doesn't even have to say anything. Somebody could say some stupid answer and then show Will Ferrell, and just whatever face he's making would be worth it. That would be
Right.
gold. That'd be gold.
That's
All right, man.
true.
We'll let you get back to engineering, whatever you engineer. I don't know. Sometimes the people call me an engineer, Doug. So
Really?
yeah.
Do you cut him off? Is it time to go home?
I just hung up on him. I figured that would be the ultimate joke.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.